marriage is the union between a man and a woman.
I would have supported and would continue to support a civil union that provides all the benefits that are available for a legally sanctioned marriage.
Can you see to our community where that comes across as sounding like separate but equal?
I am not somebody who promotes same-sex marriage, but I do believe in civil unions.
Should gay marriage be allowed?
I think that gay marriage should be allowed if there's a ceremony kind of thing, if you want to call it that. I don't have any problem with that, but I do believe in preserving the sanctity of a union between man and woman. Could I just mention one other thing? On the issue of the gay marriage, I do not believe that gay marriages should be legal.
Do you support gay marriage?
No. Barack Obama nor I support redefining from a civil side what constitutes marriage.
Your question to him was whether he supported gay marriage, and my answer is the same as his, and it is that I do not.
Wonderful. You agree. On that note, let's move to foreign policy.
Congressman Paul, to you, on the subject of one of the core debates in the party over social issues, gay marriage. You've been quoted as saying any association that's voluntary should be permissible in a free society, and you've expressed your opposition to a constitutional ban on gay marriage. Many of your rivals on that stage disagree. Why are they wrong?
My personal belief is that marriage is a religious ceremony, and it should be dealt with religiously. The state really shouldn't be involved. The state, both federal and state-wise, got involved mostly for health reasons 100 years or so ago. But this should be a religious matter. All voluntary associations, whether they're economic or social, should be protected.
Homosexuality. Should gays be allowed to marry?
Sure, they can do whatever they want, and they can call it whatever they want, just so they don't expect to impose their relationship on somebody else. They can't make me personally accept what they do, but they can, gay couples can do whatever they want. Matter of fact, I'd like to see all governments out of the marriage question. I don't think it's a state function. I think it's a religious function. And there was a time when only churches dealt with, marriage. And they determined what it was. But 100 years or so ago, for health reasons, they claimed that the state would protect us if we knew more about our spouses, and we did health testing, and you had to get a license to get married. And I don't agree with that.
How would libertarians, for example, frame their position on an issue such as marriage between persons of the same sex?
All right. I'm not sure about framing, but I can tell you what I think. And I think it's fair for libertarians to come at this from different points of view. My preference as a libertarian is to denationalize as many things as possible, to move them into the private sector. So I wrote an article in Slate magazine 10 years ago saying privatize marriage. Marriage is a religious contract for many people. It's a civil contract. I'm not sure why it has to be a governmental contract. Why does there have to be a one-size-fits-all marriage law? Let's just make it private. You make the arrangements you want to. You get a church to approve if your church approves of your marriage, and leave the government out of it. While we have the government involved, then I think it's fair to say that we should have legal equality, we should have equal protection of the law, and therefore I think just as it was appropriate to strike down the ban on interracial marriage, it is appropriate to extend marriage to any two adults of opposite sexes or the same sex. That seems to me marriage equality. If I were in California or Virginia, as I was a couple of years ago voting, I would vote that marriage ought to be equally available to all adults.